Hello everybody and welcome to today's episode of Astrocraft. So today we have my little donkey up there. Still have no name for Mr. Donkey. He might just end up being called Mr. Donkey for the entire season. Leave suggestions in the comments again, but yeah, I will take any suggestion for his name as long as it is appropriate and not something that is inappropriate. So this is Mr. Donkey, and then there's Mr. Donkey number 2 when I got bored and I found another donkey and I tamed it. So, 2 donkeys here, both in, the donkey area. So I've laid out a bunch of shulker boxes, actually, today, because today we are finally doing the thing that I've been waiting to do for absolutely forever. We are going to be building this corner over here. I haven't really decided how far out I'm doing. I don't think I'm gonna do a whole bunch, like an entire side or something. I think I'm probably gonna stop here-ish. I don't really know yet. I need to make a little marking. But so I laid out all my shulker boxes over here. I did some terracotta mining the other day. My pixel has been lagging out a bunch recently, so I've just ended up floating in midair. It's not a very fun thing to do when you're traveling either. But I believe it's because they're trying to update the SMPs to be allowed to go to 1.21. Or at least that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that this lag is for a good cause. So I'm going to lay out my stuff over here. So you can see all the blocks that I'm planning on working with. 2 shulker boxes of cyan and terracotta. This is all because I actually raised the bottom off. So I have to build a bottom platform and then I actually have to build the upper tower part, which it's gonna be different. I really do not remember how far out it's gonna go, so I should probably place everything around here-ish. So that means these 2 are just deep slate tiles, because I used a lot of those this build. So, and then this is cyan terracotta is the roof block, and then here we have a gradient, which I need to sort of lay out in the pattern that it's gonna go. It's gonna go birch planks, sandstone, sand, smooth sandstone. I have an in-between. I have an in-between box that has some sand and some sandstone. So I need to flip these 2. And if I did that correctly, I did it wrong. Here is correctly. Oh no. Here's correctly, yeah. Sand to smooth sandstone. So yay! Okay. And then there is I want to use copper lights or frog lights, verdant frog lights, inside the wall because I'm still gonna light up the exterior because of how many monster problems I have. So until I actually have the materials to make copper lights or frog lights, I'm just gonna put torches there. I'm pretty bored. So let's actually make some more torches before we do this. Here is from my sand excavation trip that I had recently. Oh, I didn't know that. My recent sand excavation trip. That's my loot from it. I also now have a total of 62 shulker boxes, which is, I think that's a pretty good amount. So, today we are building, but first I just have to add some more torches because I sort of prepped the other day, but I didn't really do a lot of prep today. So this 47 is just going to be inside my inventory, and the rest of them are going to be going into the shulker box for me to use. So The Elytra has made it a lot easier to get around my base. But honestly, it's not too much easier because I've always kept things a bit more clustered. Um, Mifa obviously left this. It was not like that the last time it was on mine, but I saw it recently. So, in here is my glass. It's probably way too much glass as well, but I'm just being safe. So, the last of the glass. And I got all the materials from the chests over here, so it's like the way I'm gonna tell if I've used it or not is if I haven't put it in, there's a block, and if I have, then there is a block. These aren't good explanations of it because I've gotten all of those. So, I mean, I took almost all this chest out of smooth sandstone, and these just have one block, so that means I need to fill them in. But the ones that it's just missing means I don't need them. And then here's more cyan terracotta, which I need to dye more of, but that's not what we're doing today. So yeah, let's come over here, and then I'm just gonna put this near here. And then the torches go in this one. So now that we have our sort of building set up, laid out, it's about time we build this. So I yeah, I'm going a little crazy flying like this. I haven't really done a lot in my base except for prep for that. And so yeah. There isn't a lot of updates to go over, but I actually do have some plans that I'm not really sure about what I'm going to do for next episode. I'm considering like continuing building along the back or along the side this way, but I think we might need like a building break, especially after how long this time lapse is going to be. So we might work on the interior, we might not. Honestly, I'm not really sure. But I have an idea for this area, because as soon as we build like that corner, I'm really gonna need to spend more time terraforming. So if I terraform this area first, then I can actually make the cows free range. Which is something I sort of want to do, but the rest of me says, no, don't do it. You're never gonna find your cows again. So, I'm considering making this area the animal area and terraforming it so that all cows can be free range and I can just come in and kill them whenever I want. But it has to have like some type of natural barrier, which I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with yet. So I'm thinking about making it like lowered into the area, so... But to really do that, I sort of need to figure out how this is gonna work. How far is this going? How far out am I going to continue excavating this? Because I on my to-do list right now is taking down this mountain. And it's not giant, so it's not gonna be super hard, especially with the diamond tools I have now. It's really going to be a lot easier than it was to take down the mountain. The first mountain, initially. I need to take off my wings. For a moment, it gets so hard to jump with them on. Honestly, with how much lag the server has been experiencing because of Hypixel updates, it's not been good. So, we need to take this mountain down, probably. I sort of did some terraforming over here. I like half terraformed this area. I didn't really mine any of the dirt. I just sort of made this shape because I had to take down part of this area for something. I don't even remember what. It probably was just bothering me and I got bored. So I took it down. So we're probably gonna have to take it down even more, and this like half terraformed area is gonna be very different. So I'm honestly getting a little bit confused with my future plans because everything pretty much revolves around this base, and I'm not really sure how this base is going to fit in and how I'm gonna fit everything around this base in. So I sort of just need to build to figure everything out. So I've been rambling for a little bit now about updates and stuff and what I sort of want to do in the future, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet because I need to build this first. So let's get to building this so we can make our plans. Start the time lapse. Hello everybody and welcome back from the time lapse. So as you can see behind me, I sort of organized these because I'm not really going to unload them. I'm just going to leave them pretty loaded, but as you can see, I did not need as many materials as I thought I would need. But I actually used a lot more smooth sandstone than I thought I would need to. But it's pretty obvious that I probably should have estimated better considering chest sizes. And then I used an entire shulker full of cyan terracotta, and I made it pretty much through this one. In the end, I actually put string in this eventually because, as you can see, there's currently no snow there because I absolutely covered the top in string. And if you don't know why I did this, it is because of snow. So as you can see down there, there's a little bit of snow percolating. And if I break string up here, and if I have a spot that doesn't have string like here, a snow will probably fall there. I just took all the string out of my inventory. I literally just repaired my tools because my elytra got down to half durability once I was done. So I didn't make you guys watch me put string because you can barely see it. Anyways, it is just a really foolproof way to get snow off of the top of your building. And especially in this corner actually, a lot of snow is falling. So you can see I'm probably going to have to do string coverage for at least around half the base and at least on these few towers, and it was already getting snowy on me when I was actually building this instead of actually snowing. If your builds get tall enough, it will just spawn on top instead of snow falling on it. And quite a few of these areas, as you can see below down there, already get snow on them. So I have to sort of figure out a solution, figure out if I'm going to put string down there, do a bit of research, figure out what I want to do, if I just want to leave it covered in snow. I'm not really sure yet. It also helps mob-proof a bit, because mobs don't spawn as frequently on string, and it's pretty dark up here. So I put a few of these down, and I missed quite a few spots. I pretty thoroughly covered up here, but I missed a few spots up here. And I'll end up touching it up eventually. Oh, there's an extra string. So you see string, just place it down. Yep. And then it creates a little grid pattern. And I stopped here just because I thought it was a good stopping point, honestly. But I apparently was wrong. If I went 2 blocks over, this would have been following the pattern that I had here. But I just chose 2 spots on the go to stop building. So yeah, that was a pretty long time lapse too. That was around, I think, has to be at least 4 or 5 hours of me building. So I spent around 3 hours yesterday. So this is my second day of recording this build. But you can see here I covered the entire roof in string after the time lapse. And you can see I have bright blue lines everywhere, and it's because of the schematic. So I can I can switch its configuration to go all. And you can see this was my overlay. So I've finished designing quite a lot of the base. You can see I haven't built the windows in, but all of them follow the same basic pattern initially. And I'm planning on doing the windows different to sort of show the differences in thing. And you can see I have some interior stuff planned already, but it's pretty simple stuff and it's not a giant spoiler. And I'm not really planning on building it soon, but you can see I finished the entire exterior of the base. And I'm trying to plan something for the roof because it looks pretty boring. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do it though. But you can see this is what I actually built, but I was seeing all of these, the blocks look solid, so it's, yeah. The blocks look solid to me, so I was falling through, so every time I was falling through, and I finished a lot more of the floor here. If you want to know what this mod is, it is called Lightmatica, and I will link it in the description below if you want to use it, but honestly, I use it just because it makes it way easier to design my builds and then implement them, because then I don't have to look at reference pictures and figure out I messed up the shape of the towers. Forts flashbacks. At the end of Forts, I finally started using Lightmatica, and that made things a whole lot easier. But before that, it was really hard just to get the right dimensions for everything, because I built outlines in there, and then on my design world, I had to remember the spaces, and sometimes I just got the measurements wrong. So, Litmatica makes it 10 times easier if you want to implement something in your other world. You basically just have to have the space, and it'll let you know if there are blocks in the way, and those are highlighted red. So, yeah. I lit up the roof in here. I lit up this little edge here. It's probably a bit dark, but currently that's not a big problem because it's not completely laid out and there's a lot of space for mobs to spawn. Snow. It's a future Rubik's problem. For now, I can just pick it up, throw it away. I don't really care what happens to this snow. I don't really have a purpose for it right now, so... And because my shovel is Silk Touch, I'm not even getting snowballs, I'm just getting the snow platforms. So... I only built this tiny corner, though. So, the base is obviously so much bigger than that, as you can see by these outlines, but basically I have a tower the same size in every single corner. And it looks very ugly from, like, the back of the tower. And the tower's in the back, so it looks very nice from this angle, but not so much from this angle. So, yeah. Oh, and that's a beautiful view as well of the tower, just from the super smelter. I'm thinking about also adding a second super smelter as well into my base. I'm just not really sure where I would put it yet either. But because the base is giant, we have the space, we just need to figure out where. Because I have two of the tower's purposes. So this tower, I designed it to actually look pretty industrial with like straight lines and darker colors. It's just like matching sort of the color scheme, deep slate and industrial with clear windows. Nothing really special about it, you could say. It's sort of pretty like straightforward and clear. Whereas, and because this is the tower I'm putting like all my farms in and everything pretty industrial in, and I moved that away from the pillager outpost for that very reason. I didn't want villagers in here getting set off by the bad omen from over there, which is also one of the reasons why I during the time lapse a few times I had to go all the way over to the cows to get milk because I would have bad omen, and because I'm working so close to my villagers, I really just wanted to be safe. And to show you how close I'm working, which you guys already pretty much know this is how many iron golems I have. That's like, wow, that's a lot of iron golems. First of all, I don't control this. I think these might be contributing to the lag, but I honestly don't know how to cut back on it. Because if I kill one, it's just gonna set off all the others, and then I'll have to kill all of them, and that's just a big hassle. In here, I still have all of my villagers. Unbreaking 3 villager, Mending villager are my two favorites, my two absolute favorites. Fletcher, my second absolute favorite. Really third absolute favorite. And then my farmer, who I sort of like, but meh. I also have a Silk Touch Book villager in there, but yeah, I can definitely see everything sort of coming together eventually. I'm thinking that I might actually have to take down part of this hillside and like leak a bit into this area and redo some of the cliff terraforming, but I haven't really made it that far yet, so I'm thinking maybe this area will be bulldozed with how close everything is to the edge. But I still, like, I haven't made it that far in the design, but I think it actually would look pretty nice if I redid the edge of the cliff with terraforming, so that you could more easily see the mansion and have better access. I could have, like, some sort of flight deck out here, because the center of the base would be about here-ish. yeah, it would be about here-ish, so I could like make a flight deck out here, and it wouldn't actually have to affect Cherry Blossom Grove so much. But yeah, I'm still just contemplating everything, trying to figure out how it all fits in. But I really needed to get my villagers into their homes, so that's why I started building this so early. Well, it's not really early. We've been on this series for like 10 months now, almost 11. So, like next week it'll be 11 months, I'm pretty sure. And the week after and then the month after that it'll have been a year. And we definitely do not have as many episodes as we were hoping to have, but things happen, and we're still recording, we're still uploading. We're still doing what we like to do on the server, so we'll probably be continuing after 1 year still. But I will be definitely slowing down upload. So I am going to be in designing mode as long as I can be in this weekend. And because of how long it has taken me to upload, well, not upload, to record this episode and then probably edit tomorrow, I'm not expecting to be able to do a redo stream, but we will have the same stream on Monday next week, so not a giant problem. But yeah, so this episode has been a very successful episode. And I hope to see you guys next time on Astrocraft. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you like my content. Like this video if you liked this video. And check out the other members. Mifa just posted an episode of her building her farm. So I would go check that out. And I will see you guys next time on Astrocraft.